process. Like, we are following. Let me say a big thank you to all the people that left from Nigeria district. I think they joined the people of district number 10, the people that left from Nigeria counties. As I'm having press conference now, I have to tell all the people thank you, including the people of district number 10, because every day I've been attacked. People are saying the reason why I voted for you is the reason why you will always be voted for. The job that we saw you doing is a job that you still doing. We want to keep it up. Because we have resolved that you are our leader and we will keep voting for you. So I want to appreciate all the people that left from the Nigeria district, the Nigeria counties, that came to join the board of district number 10 to make me the representative of district number 10. We are before the court. Like people always say, we should respect the law. We will keep respecting the law until the law disrespects itself. What I can safely say to our people and the people of Liberia, if the Supreme Court rule and the ruling of the Supreme Court is not respected, we will take the law into our hand like they are doing. That means there is no law in this country. And if the executive get involved, Joseph Boakai will have to step down. That means he will see to be president of this country no more. I'm saying if the Supreme Court rule, and the Supreme Court ruling is not enforced by the executive that's supposed to enforce the ruling of everything, the enforcement arm of this country is the executive. If they cannot enforce it, we will help the Supreme Court to enforce it. Now that we know, like I've been saying, that Joseph Boakai is involved, the whole thing was playing for member Breeze to come to convince the speaker to resign so the speaker can be taken over to LSCC. And this is what people are going to see on that day. If the speaker is going to resign, when we're going to have the justice thing they did to bring Rachel Kun to live for 11 to be soon into office. Look at that kind of reckless thing people are doing. I don't think we're serious people. Where Joseph Boakai gave car for Rachel Kun to you, Joseph Boakai, you are reckless. No. I will announce the next press conference on my base. This office is an embarrassment to my press conference. You know, I've not spoken for long, so I need to speak to my people. But I want to say some things that the office cannot permit me to see when I'm sitting here. I want to say some things. And I will announce my next press conference at the base. The base I used to use to make Joseph Boakai president. I will announce my next press conference to the base. Liberian people, I want you people to feel relaxed. For the people who are still within the speaker of this country. I want to see who can take car from him. I want to see who can take the office from him. You have to follow the due process to take Funati from your office. You know, if the police get involved, if the executive get involved, and don't respect the law, we use the same disrespect to take Joseph Boakai from power. If the executive, you know, let me wait, let the Supreme Court rule. I want the Supreme Court to rule, let the Supreme Court may be disrespected. And let Joseph Boakai sit down here and the Supreme Court may be disrespected. Then you will think somebody got money over rudeness or violence. Then you will think somebody got ruler over holding gun. Then you will think somebody got ruler over holding gun. Somebody got ruler violent over holding gun. Then you will see it. If you want peace, we should respect the court. You see, people say we love violence, but you see, you're respecting the court. Every time people want to, I will tell the speaker, I say, you're not following the law. The law must be the law. Let the Supreme Court rule. When people say they can't respect the Supreme Court, oh, we got no other place to go but the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court rule. You can't respect the Supreme Court. Oh, yeah, but we all do what we ought to do. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We will do what we ought to do. For the people that we need the speaker, that means I put 11 up. To show that you now speaker, I want to put 11 up. Have you seen deputy speaker where the chief clerk or the deputy chief clerk is? To be so speaker in the office before, and there's a chief clerk or the deputy chief clerk can do that. But the people desperate to see Thomas Fala placing this that illegal thing they're doing.
Our community not safe when it's come to the people area. The people not able to control their people. They will people up when they rainfall, the water bring it to us, and we down the hole. Our well is polluted, so we really crying, calling upon the government to come our rescue. To even get out here to go in the market, not easy for us. You have to jump over 4 to 5 pile of people before you go to buy your food. When you come from buying your food, you cook, nowhere to eat. Because imagine to take care of people. So if half in the community will not follow people on the road. And they got leadership. So we don't know why the leadership treated all of this. And we went to him once. We told all that you're going to make an announcement. And since we are not hearing from him, they call him Kear. He's a touchy. I feel bad because we're not living decent life here. Yeah, our community is well polluted. We're not even living good life here because it's possible that we drink from our well, we get safe from cholera. We don't know. And we draw water from the well drinking. We want the government to come in and meet with the touchy to tell maybe he don't know the responsibility. Let the government help us to tell him what to do in the community, a short-fitted community, so that we can be in peace. Because we're not in peace at all when it comes to the people business.
Living short-fitted, the people, when they face a death, they can't even say on our road, no road for all to even pass. When you pass, you say, you even come buy your roof, you say, if you need cooking, you even able to eat. So, suffering, the dirty water they coming down here, getting in our well, and we don't know what to do. Say, even you sit down in front of your water, the people when they come and sit down in front of you, the toilet, or even in the yard, when you're not there, they come and sit in toilet. The simple business, the people doing the time is there. We handle. Things are moved here 2018. They don't have toilet in the town. Everybody comes down here to toilet. So the toilet business, they're looking at kind of way. Even you sit in front of your water, the people there even can't say now where if you
the all respect for Joseph. Remember I'm the leader for our parliament in the ECOWAS. Okay. Friends we all work together. I respect it. And Prince Joseph married to my cousins, for my cousin from Sasna, as a Sasna woman, I want to go speak to her. Definitely I want to go there because I'm a family person with him and he's my friend. Despite his political or decision that he took, I still respect him as a person. So I got there yesterday. One coach should be telling people no. He wants to come to me and hug me because he's my little brother. Okay. I'm the former president of the Republic of Liberia. So Cole's supposed to come and when I came out of the car, he's going to come to me and hug me, chest to chest, but he's still far away from me showing your hand. But I just bow to him. He's the vice president. So I don't think anything wrong with that. But our society here, people say anything they want to say. So I don't think it's an issue. I respect even pick up the call. My wife just arrived in the country. She just arrived in the country. Wow. And I tried to rest. But there's no issue about what happened. Tea. Yeah. For you to drink bread. 3 pieces of bread. With eggs, you add into my hot dog. So, carry it to the minute.
then you will come back to the car. So the food make you now, you carry that to go confuse your friend. Yeah. When I give it to the man now, the man say, thank you. I say, okay. The man say, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going to so one of my friends call me. I see me going now. Yeah, I see me. I'm going to say, over you go see you. No, yeah. So when I go to the man now, he say, clean the car. Then they are two now. Then they are two. Yeah. That BG photo so when I clean the car now, condition always are. No, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. You say I judge people. I just ask you a question, sorry. I'm judging people that can no, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry. So when you talk with the question, let's say when I move from here, I'll free. Let's say when I move from here, I'll free. You say one time again. I wanted to make who talk to you, but you talk with the question. Hi, looking, then you want first and now move on there again. Why not be looking to the top? I want to talk again. And say they call me to the office of OSP. And she's going to be like, come and get you get a tea to the man. After you get a tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now? For me, I'll not there. Nobody you get this very say, ask me too much more question. Hey, that's what you say, making an egg and bread. You bring it up. Okay, sorry. Don't say sorry now. Okay, sorry. If you I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry. When I give you answer now, then okay, explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, that's why. In English, sorry. Say, Ali, you take that. You take that. Take it out. Okay, sorry. Okay. Say, I can take that to explain.
On the law, we talk about partial gift. He has also violated section 1.3.2, which talks about conflict of interest. This is conflict of interest. You cannot be a referee and be doing business with the player. You should be regulating as the referee and not be receiving gift from the player. When you receive gift from the player, you are already compromised. This is political corruption. We never supported President Biden to do the very same things we went against between 2018 and 2023. It's unfortunate CEO. He has violated also the PPCC law. We complain about this company. Before we go come to power, for example, when I say we, because at that time I supported the government. At the moment, I am an activist. So, when we supported the government, we complain about this metric. Why is metric still operating in Liberia? How can this company operate in our country? This company has an escrow account in Dubai. How do we have the company called metric? They are taking 30% of the revenue of profit. Why they are taking this makes sense, see, in the context of business. We are doing business as a company. They take 80%, we take 20%. The 80% is going to an escrow account in Dubai. For what? They are imposing more taxes on consumers. Because affecting ordinary people, ordinary consumers, especially civil servants. But the average civil servants are getting 150. Our people get 150. Is riding down over 100,000. If somebody wants to justify that, what is the justification here? What I want to say to President Biden, but this is my question to President Biden. When we supported President Biden, we did not support him because we love him more than the country. For the first time, I want to be clear to you. The reason why we went against President Weah is because of this very same thing they are doing. If he continues that they will deviate, and when we deviate, it will be dangerous. This is not a threat. We supported him because we love our people and we love our country. We don't love him more than the country. If he just between now to January, we will deviate, it will be dangerous for the regime. We'll mobilize our people, protect the people's interest. Want this for people to be getting 3,600 per generator. The generator is making more money than medical doctors and engineers in the country, including security and teachers. For what? If they want to support
in such a contentious way, you and I always had a free flow of information. I've never ever refused to clarify anything. So I did not receive any from Metec at all. So I don't know where you got your information from, but I'm not receiving any card from Metec. I have several personal cars. The personal cars I have, my wife drives a Lincoln and I drive a Mercedes. Those are my personal cars. So which car are you talking about? I told Iva that if you're talking about my official car that I have now, the new official car was bought by LRA. No, I didn't mention Metec, but I got the car through LRA. LRA put that, I got a car the Ministry of Commerce could receive a vehicle and support from LRA the purchase of vehicle. We also appeal to them to purchase a pickup, which we are working on for our inspector. Vehicle from LRA, support from LRA. And apparently, when you mentioned Medtech, I mentioned to Ivar that I know that Medtech own LRA some funds. I think 3 or 4 million. Again, I asked you which vehicle. I own 2 vehicles. My wife drives one. Now your wife vehicle. Let me clarify. You're not going to play this game with me. My integrity is again. Do not twist my words. I did not say true Medtech. I did not receive any most recent car. The Ministry of Commerce, I have 2 cars that I own, personally bought and declared. The Ministry of Commerce, through the support from the LRA, has received a vehicle that I just received. It's a government vehicle. And in that discussion with LRA, because we work together and we could not do a lot of our outreach programs, LRA agreed to support us when they had the funds. And they provided us support. Immediately.
The greatest test of faith is when you don't get what you want, but still you are able to say, thank you, Lord. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the weekend's edition of the Kear Morning Show here on Kear Radio, FM 95.9. As always, with me, Jefferson Perry, we are. And of course, I'm grateful again this morning to be alive, to be counted amongst thousands and millions of people, as a matter of fact, in Liberia. Whenever you wake up in the morning, always give thanks and praises to God before you even leave your homes. Make sure you say, Lord, thank you. Offer prayers to God and appreciate Him for waking you up, because you have a greater task ahead. When you come to work, you don't know who is who. When you come to town, you don't know who is who. The vehicle you get on, those vehicles, you don't know what might happen. So you always offer prayers to God, asking Him for His guidance, His protection. You just cover yourself with the blood of Jesus, which is always necessary. It is necessary. So yes, welcome again. Today is Friday, December 27, and the year 2024. Just few days to go, we will be out of 2024 and then entering 2025. At this time, keep your feet and keep them down, and let your heads be lifted up high to God, asking Him for wisdom, for knowledge, for prosperity, asking Him for understanding, and asking God to spare you. Ask for mercy so that you can be able to see again 2025. Lots of things to talk about this morning. Lots of things to talk about this morning on the show. I saw a communication from the National Muslim Students Association of Liberia, and they are not happy with the government of Liberia, especially the Minister of Education. they're not happy. But hopefully on Monday, Ibrahim Dole, the president of the National Muslim Students Association of Liberia, will be here. We're going to have a conversation on Monday morning. And of course, what is happening within the CDC? Too many things are happening. The CDC will have to be careful if they are to come back in power, or if they want to come back in power, they have to be very careful how to do things. President Bwaka calls for unity in Lofa County amongst residents and citizens of Lofa. And we saw, in fact, I saw Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala and, of course, Monserrato County Senator Sir Joseph. And I saw Francis Sakila Nyumale, Minister of Internal Affairs. President Bwaka was there when they had this special unity meeting. And the entire meeting was covered by, in fact, the Kissi vernacular. They spoke their dialect, the traditional official language of the people of Lofa, Kissi. Yeah. Too many things. If you're from Lofa and you're sure you can understand the Kissi well, Tifa said a lot of things. He said a lot of things. But we'll talk about that here. I'm from Lofa too. Half a lineage. My mother is from Lofa, from Foya district. And in Kissi, we call that Foya Dunu. So you don't know I can speak Kissi too. I can't speak Kissi. Father from Grand Bassa, district number 3, and mother from Lofa, Foya. So we'll talk about that here this morning as well. And we'll talk other things. My education is important, man. Keep listening to Kear Radio FM 95.9. And let me say good morning to our CEO, Mr. Christopher Kear, the General, Mr. One Kishen, and the entire Kear Humanitarian Foundation team, our acting executive director, Jonathan T. Mobile. Thanks to all of you, all of my colleagues. We're doing a wonderful job. It's good to recognize the efforts of everybody. Yeah. All right, so as usual, we'll take a break. We'll take words from our sponsors, and then we will come back. We keep the ball rolling. So be there while I'm here. Let's have ourselves a wonderful time this morning on the show. This is the Kear Morning Show, and it's on Kear Radio FM 95.9. Let's go for this break.
Kids to patients' homes and take care of them, provide medical and non-medical services for them in their homes. So that's what we're doing. This is the office space where the high-end process is rendered.
Also the assisting admin at Amazing Kear. I've been with this company since 2014 when we were making nothing. And we were literally in the basement of our apartment. This is how growth have brought us this far. 2-bedroom apartment, and we were literally using the basement and the garage space to carry on this business. And because of growth, we moved here on 2019, and we've been here since 2019 doing this. And God has been so faithful along the way, and we're still going strong. You can see this is the office of Amazing Kear. We want to welcome the Kear Network in here.
special furniture or electronic appliance that give your home or office beauty? Now visit Cozy Home for the latest beds and decks, chairs and tables, or that special TV, air condition, or other electronic products for the best price in town. Cozy Home is on the 3rd Street Sinker opposite All Education Ministry with all that you're looking for. Call us on 0887 111 101 or visit us on the 3rd Street Sinker. Cozy Home, the best in town for furniture and electronics.
Okay, so welcome back again to the show here. Yes, welcome to it. So welcome. As always, we have to take words from our sponsors. The Kear Morning Show is sponsored by the amazing Kear Home Services. Is there in the US for those of you who are in the States, and even you're here in Liberia, other parts, you're following us on Facebook, you're watching. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kear Communications Network. And of course, we're live there as well. Invite others to also follow. And our Facebook page, Kear Network, KERNETWRK, so one word. And we invite people to also like and follow our page. But we live this morning on Money Kitchen's page, MOUNIRKESHEN. All right. So if you want to do business, you need that quality home health service, especially when it comes to providing health services to you. For those of you who cannot who cannot go to the hospital, to the various clinics, well, the amazing home care services is there to provide you all of the services you need when it comes to health issues and other things. So you can contact the amazing home care services in the US. And of course, you're going to get all that you need. All right. And yes, Cozy Home is located on 3rd Street. You want to get your office furniture, your home appliances, and other things for your business, especially your hotels as well, whatever, your restaurant, your living room set, you want to get them. You can visit Cozy Home on 3rd Street and get all of those things that you need. And of course, they will provide you. When you get there, just say, I was sent here by the Kear Communications Network, Kear Radio FM 95.9. All right. So let's recognize few of our followers this morning. Levi Dino dos Santos Cooper Jr. He says, "Good morning, Kear family. I'm following from a residence on Honorable Emmanuel Dance Avenue, Ashmore Street, Dusty Road." Thank you so much, Levi. Thank you for always following. And Levi is, as a matter of fact, he is a regular follower and listener of the Kear Morning Show. He's always up. He's always there every time. By the time we go live or whatever pops up, Levi will always, get a notification, and he shares our work. Thank you so much. Okay. Education is important. Like I've always said, that's why even we here at Kear Humanitarian Foundation, that's why you see the CEO, the foundation has thought it wise to at least contribute and improve the lives of young people, especially those who want to go to school. That when the entrance is up, University of Liberia, put up their notice, their information. The first 100 students will come here, and we're going to do the registration for you so that you can go and take your entrance. And so the release I saw from the national the Muslim students, their release need to be looked at. They are not happy with the way according to them, the Ministry of Education or the government, is treating them. So they have released a statement, and I'm going to read a statement for you this morning. I'm going to read that press statement for you this morning on the show here before we go to our next talking point. All right. And this release came out yesterday's evening, late yesterday's evening. I saw it. This is what they say. December 26, 2024 press statement for immediate release or immediate effect. The National Muslim Students Association of Liberia, NAMSA, seeks to articulate an issue of considerable significance regarding the desperate treatment of Muslim students in relation to the Ministry of Education's academic calendar. Under the directives established by the Ministry of Education, all educational institutions across Liberia, both private and public, are mandated to close in observance of the Christmas holiday. While we fully acknowledge and respect the rights of our Christian peers to celebrate their religious observances, we are compelled to express our profound concern over the absence of comparable acknowledgement and accommodation for Muslim students during pivotal Islamic celebrations such as Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr. This imbalance of treatment not only raises questions of fairness but also violates Article 14 of the 1986 Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, which stipulates that no religious denomination or segment shall have any exclusive privilege or preference over any other. All shall be treated alike. Despite NAMSA's efforts to engage with government officials, including the Minister of Education, the Speaker of the House, and the President, our outreach has regrettably gone unaddressed. The release went on to say, in light of this context, while we will adhere to the Ministry of Education's academic calendar for the current academic year in a spirit of cooperation, we cannot continue to accept the ongoing neglect of the rights of Muslim students. If our concerns remain unresolved, we will be compelled to initiate the following actions. 1. Mobilize all Islamic schools to remain operational during the Christmas break as a form of peaceful civil disobedience. 2. Advocate for public schools to ensure that teachers are available for Muslim students who opt not to observe the Christmas break. In the absence of such facilitation, we will coordinate volunteers to provide necessary instruction. Finally, says Liberia is fundamentally grounded in principles of equality and the rule of law. It is essential that all Liberians, irrespective of their faith, are granted the same opportunities and respect. We urge the Ministry of Education and all pertinent stakeholders to engage in constructive dialogue with us to address this matter and foster a genuinely inclusive academic environment. Signed, Ibrahim M. Dolly, President, NAMSA. That is a statement that is coming from the National Muslim Students Association of Liberia. They have expressed their dissatisfaction in the Ministry of Education, the government of Liberia through the ministry, that according to the release you listen, the way they've been treated whenever their holidays, come. Why it is true that Christmas is being celebrated worldwide. The government of Liberia, grant everybody, because Christmas is a holiday, so they allow Christian students to, stay home and what have you. But once it is their own, the holidays, the major holidays, they do not, according to them, government or the Ministry of Education does not, close schools for that period or for those holidays. So they are not happy, according to them, that if in fact they have met with the Minister of Education, the Speaker, and other officials, but nothing has been said about this, and they are saying that if there is no remedy to this, they too now, the next Christmas or any other Christmas coming, they will not observe Christmas, the celebration. Rather, they will rally around for those of their students that are in public schools to continuously go to school. If the students are there, they will rally around also to look for teachers who are in those schools to provide their students who will be going to school for that period with the necessary lessons. Or if teachers are not available, they will lobby. They will look for teachers, volunteers, to go and provide the educational materials, the lessons to those students who will be going to school. They said they will. It will be a call. Say how to do it's gonna observance. That's what determined. So they. But the thing here is that I think in my mind they too have a point, because the Constitution gave the right to all religions without discrimination. So you cannot say if the people have just maybe two major holidays which they can observe. I think you can allow them to just observe their day. But I don't know, but anyways, Ibrahim will be here on Monday and he will explain this and we'll talk about it a lot on the show on Monday. Okay, so let's go to Lofa. The president, prior to the Christmas celebration, had gone to Lofa. There was this, unity and other stuff that was taking place in Lofa between 4 counties. And lots of government officials were there. And Lofa was a scene. Lofa was a scene of attraction. Everybody's attention, was now being faced. So while the president was in Lofa, there were conversations that went on, and the president had SAR meetings with his kingsmen, with his citizens, with people of Lofa specifically. the Kisi, and other people. And this meeting the president had was a meeting to unite the people of Lofa. That was the meeting. So they had this in Foya, in his in home. And in that meeting, Deputy Speaker Thomas Falla and now representative of Lofa County District 1, Foya District, and Monserrato County Senator Sir Joseph, and Representative Kisi, Francis Kila Yimale, Minister of Internal Affairs, and other key officials who are serving in a Unity Party government. They were there with the president. And that meeting, it was a meeting that the president had to bring the people of Foya and Lofa County together. Mind you, during the elections, there were several things that went on in Lofa that led to the deaths of people. People died during the campaign. You can attest to that, you know. It brought serious division in Lofa County because Lofa was a very hot zone. The CDC and the Unity Party in 2023, they had serious clashes in Lofa. And so it brought division amongst the people of Lofa. The Kisi went against the Kisi. The Loma went against the Loma. The Bandis and the Mandingos who are also there. But the Kisi people, they went against each other. At the time, Thomas Falla, Deputy Speaker Thomas Falla, was with the CDC. He was heavily and vigorously campaigning because he was contesting for the representative seat in Lofa. Jefferson Koji, former mayor, also was campaigning in Lofa. And you also saw when Yaya had gone to Lofa and he was being arrested or engaged, so to speak, by the EFFL at the airstrip. According to them, he had gone there with some ballot papers or what have you. And those things brought serious division in Lofa that led to even the minister now of Internal Affairs, Francis Akila Nyumale, making lots of statements, threatening statements. Oh yes, that was a political season. And so, with all of those things, elections came, and the Unity Party won the election, and they won Lofa, and CDC was booted out. Thomas Falla won Lofa County, Foya district. He won his district. And he was still with the CDC. Now, with all of those things that happened, all the hula balloons, the noise, the rigmaroles, the CDC was not happy with the way things went. They were not happy with Francis Yumale because of the things that he said. It even led to some of the street lights. In fact, properties were damaged in Lofa. The lights that Thomas Falla had there, they were damaged. Some of those things. And then the elections came. Inauguration passed. President Boakai took office. He appointed his government officials. So there were turning over ceremonies taking place at various ministries, government ministries and agencies. Francis Nyumale had his induction ceremony. He had his turning over ceremony. And the former Minister of Internal Affairs, Vanis Salif, was turning over office to Francis Nyumale. And then when I listened to the clip, I will get there. I was at the turning over ceremony that day. So Thomas Fowler, Deputy Speaker, went there in his all white. He was there. I've had the belief that Thomas Fowler all along, and many of you, Thomas Fowler received invitation from Francis Nyumale, Minister Nyumale, to go and attend the induction ceremony. By that time, Lofa was still divided because you had seditionists who are from Lofa. They were not happy with the Unity Party. They were not happy with Francis Nyumale. The CDC was not happy with Francis Nyumale. The CDC was not happy with the way things went. And even Thomas Fowler wasn't happy with the way things went. Jefferson Koji and key officials of government of the former CDC government who hailed from Lofa, they were not happy. And so when the induction ceremony, the turning over ceremony was ongoing, we saw the arrival of the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Fowler, came in his all white. And he had gone there to grace the occasion. In my mind, Tifa was invited. All I knew was Tifa was invited to attend that ceremony. The presence of Thomas Fowler, Deputy Speaker, at the turning over ceremony that day, it brought serious division. It brought confusion within the CDC. It brought confusion within the CDC. Seditionists were dissatisfied. They felt disenchanted. They felt betrayed by Thomas Fowler. That particular moment, from the day Thomas Fowler attended that turning over ceremony, it brought serious problem within the CDC between Thomas Fowler and seditionists. It brought division between Thomas Fowler and seditionists because they were not satisfied. They were not still happy with what happened in Lofa, owing to the fact that people died during the campaign. They had blamed it on Francis Nyumale. So if any reconciliation would have gone on, it should have met the consent of the party. According to them, Thomas Fowler should have engaged the party before attending the ceremony of Francis Nyumale at the Ministry of Internal Affairs. But they said it was not done. It wasn't done. Tifa had gone to honor an invitation. In my mind, he was invited. He had gone there to grace the occasion, and it brought serious confusion within the CDC. They started to distance, some of them distanced themselves from Thomas Fowler. They said Thomas Fowler betrayed the party. He betrayed them because, according to them, Francis Nyumale was in fact, he was the cause of seditionists who died during the campaign in Lofa. The noise, the fighting, everything in Lofa, according to them, Francis Nyumale has masterminded it. And so they were not happy. seeing Tifa going there, attending that ceremony, it was a sign of betrayal to the party. It was a sign of betrayal to the party. So, the seditionists have had all of those things within them. And Tifa was still there. He was still there. He was there. There were statements made from officials of the CDC, executives of the CDC. They had a press conference expressing that this disappointment in Thomas Fowler, especially the youth league of the CDC. And that fight, the pains have been in them, in seditions. They have been feeling disenchanted. They have been feeling betrayed until the removal of Speaker Kofa came in. When seditions saw that the pressure, in fact, when the pressure was already on, and then the majority bloc had written Thomas Fowler, they had sent a communication to Thomas Fowler telling him that if you cannot come to session, the regular chambers, the joint chambers, you will be removed as deputy speaker. And so T5 had to go. When sedition saw T5, the deputy speaker, presiding over the majority bloc, again, their anger grew. They got more angry. They got angrier than before. They increased their anger. So, when all of the fights have been ongoing, sedition started to go around now that Tifa is a betrayer, he is this, he is that, and what have you. So, it led to the expulsion. Prior to that, T5 had gone to the headquarters of the CDC, and he said his sweat and blood is within the CDC. He can never be the one to betray the CDC. When CDC were nowhere, where were some of them? Where were other people who are going against him, calling him betrayer? And there were serious arguments within the CDC. There was noise within the CDC. And so, fast forward, T5 got expelled from the party. He got expelled from the party. And so T5 said, okay. So he left. Now, President Parker went to Lofa. T5 too went to Lofa. And they had this meeting. In that meeting, it wasn't a secret meeting. The meeting with the president and the people of Lofa in Foya district, it wasn't a secret meeting. It was not a closed door meeting. Perhaps they might have had closed doors meetings before coming to the public. When Tifa was called to the podium, when he held the microphone, for those of you who can understand the Kisi language, Tifa said a lot of things. Tifa is not happy. Let me tell you something. Do you know that even when Eugene Fagon left the CDC, it brought problems within the CDC that even brought it led to also the defeat of the CDC, because Eugene Fagon had too many information that he was giving to the Unity Party. Eugene Facon knew much, up to now, he knows much about the CDC because, mind you, 2017 that brought George Weah to power, when the CDC was in opposition, Eugene Facon was on King's FM. Every time they had their show, he was in the States. Eugene Facon had lots of information. He contributed to CDC coming to power. Now, when Eugene Facon left and he started supporting the Unity Party, he said a lot of things. And this is happening again. I said something prior, at the opening of this show, the conversation, that if the CDC wants to come back in 2029, it will be, I just see it like this. Because Thomas Fowler has lots of, you cannot deny the fact that Tifa has lots of information on the CDC, which he said in a Kisi language. He told the president, you know what I call Keke? In Kisi, Keke. Keke is papa or father. Keke is either papa or father. And my mother is from Lofa. I'm telling you, my mother is from Lofa. I speak the Kisi. I stayed with my late grandmother all through. I stayed with her for years. From the 1990 war all through until 97. So I spoke the Kisi all along. I was with my grandmother until I left. Until I left. So when you're saying Keke, he said, Papa, when we leave from here, I can't talk all, but when we leave from here and we go in, I will come to your house. I will come to the house and I will tell you lots of things. Lots of things. Stifa is not happy. The CDC will have to call Thomas Fowler back. I'm not saying you can do this. Maybe you want to bring it back and lift up the expulsion. But if there is anything that you can do, you must do it now and reconcile with Thomas Fowler. Because what I am looking at in 2029 is going to be big. Don't overlook T5. Don't overlook T5. You see the relationship between Thomas Fowler, Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler, and Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn. The Vice President is from Nimba County. You cannot overlook Nimba. Thomas Fowler is from Lofa County. You cannot overlook Lofa. Those two people, when they join forces together, it's not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. Tifa has a lot of secrets. He has a lot of secrets. He knows too many things. He has lots on the CDC. He has many. He said, oh, the CDC. And the president in Lofa, that meeting was, look, you saw after Tifa got you speaking, and when he told the president that I will come to the house, I can't say everything here, but I will come to the house so that we can talk. We get more to talk about. Sir Joseph was sitting laughing. You saw in recent time, there were informations from the CDC chat room that was leaked. Who leaked those conversations from the CDC executive chat room that former President George Weah is a part of? He is in that chat room. Who leaked all of those conversations? They were screenshotted and then sent out. Who leaked them? Sir Joseph was there laughing. Thomas Fowler went and sat beside the president on the right hand side of the president. They shook hands after he sat down, and then they shook hands and they looked at each other head to head, top secret, and laughed. And the president said something, and Tifa said, Senator Joseph, the president is talking to you, and so Joseph King closed, and the president said something, they whispered, and then they all laughed. And you overlooking it. You know the weight of Senator Sir Joseph also. You know. The CDC will have to be very careful. They will have to be very careful with the way they go about handling issues. It is your party. You have the right to do what you want. But be careful. Be careful. You don't know what Tifa is capable of doing. There are things that you people were planning for 2029 that Tifa is already aware of. And you know, how do you think information during the 2023 campaign or elections, how do you think informations were leaking out? You still had Eugene Fagon, who was campaigning against the CDC, who had lots on the CDC campaigning. How do you think he was getting those information? There are people within the CDC who will be leaking out information. Oh yes. There are people. There are people who will be leaking out information. You don't joke with certain people. Tifa made it clear that he did not receive invitation to attend that induction ceremony. He had gone there because he felt that reconciliation was good. That Francis is from Lofa. He's from Lofa. Francis Yumale is his own. Oh, this is my big brother. I'm his small brother. Though at the end, at the climax of his statement in Lofa, in that meeting, he expressed his disappointment, his dissatisfaction, to the president, telling the president what Francis Yumale had done. That Francis Yumale is taking, the chiefs and elders from their positions, but he did not consult him, the deputy speaker. That are from Lofa and you from here, when you're doing these things, at least, or you come into the county, you calling chiefs, you can't let me know. He said, I gave cow because the president and everybody here to do this and cook, but they gave it. So he said, that y'all get a cow all I mean. He was kind of like, but he said again, I will not talk much. When we go to the horse, we will talk. I will come to the horse. Icho huno ochia yo keke. Icho ndimul. I don't know. Look, politics is a dirty game. Politics is a very, very, very dirty game. The man can laugh for you today. Tomorrow he stab you. He can be laughing with you today and still be stabbing you today. When you're taking people from a party, or when you distancing yourself, when you cutting ties with somebody who already has or knows everything about you, and the person is now joining forces with your enemy, be very careful. Be very, very careful. Be careful. What if I said in the Kisi language, in Lofa, too many things. Too many things. To the extent that when he talked about the CDC across the road, the CDC this, the CDC that, and the guy who was there to interpret it was about to say and interpret it, put it in English, and then he said, the court said, no, he might not say that one. He said, oh, don't say that one. Don't say that one. I myself will talk it. That's when he said, I will come to the house so that we can talk. He said, it is for the people of Lofa. It is time that Lofians unite. So Tifa is not thinking about what happened 2023 when people died, when Francis Jumala said all those things, even though he expressed his disappointment. But Tifa, in his mind now, is putting these things behind. But all of these things are politics. These are politics. Tifa has a political ambition. Don't overlook it. In recent times, you are seeing the friendship between the deputy speaker and the vice president. Don't overlook those people. Oh, obviously, you cannot overlook T5 when it comes to Lofa. Because T5 might say, well, I have served for how many years now? Since 2005 to 2024, I have been. And he's until 2029. Do you know how many years Tifa will be representative for? And now he's deputy speaker. 3 times. 3 times in Maserado. Now in Lofa. Now in Lofa. And he did not just win, but he is the deputy speaker. When the majority bloc had their elections, Tifa wanted to contest. And so they said, but if you want to contest, you want to be speaker, you have to relinquish your power as deputy speaker, and then you contest. Tifa look at it and said, well, no, let me just sit down and continue, being deputy speaker. Because who knows, he might have lost the position of the speakership. Then he's not going to be, but now he's not a deputy speaker. He's a mayor representative. But he has power. He has power. He said, my position, nobody contesting for it, so let me just remain. Tifa has lots of information on the CDC. The deputy speaker, Thomas Fowler, has lots of information on the CDC. No, let me tell you, if the CDC will say, okay, today we are letting Jefferson Koji go, you know what it will mean? That's what I'm telling you. 2029, the CDC has lots of work to do. Because, a man like Tifa from Lofa County who gave CDC a huge vote in Lofa has left. You know what is that? He did not leave. He was expelled. He was expelled from the party. Tifa is a betrayer. Tifa this, and he did this one to the party. And some of us are overlooking what is happening within the CDC. You're overlooking it. And you're taking this to be a joke. But I'm telling you, I am telling you that they say, well, how to call it, come back into what? I'm trying to get their motto. Turning setback into great comeback. Turning setbacks into great comeback. You will have to put your house in order. You will have to put your house in order. Oh, yes. You have to put your house in order. Because what is happening in the CDC with all of these things going on, information, mind you, there will be more information coming out from, you'll just start seeing them. And don't be questioning, even those of you in the CDC. Don't wonder, but how did this get out? Because you know already. You already know. So don't be surprised when these things are coming out. No, don't be surprised. And look, when I saw the laughter, in the faces of the president, the president, the deputy speaker, Senator Joseph, and all of those, I was like, yeah. I said, wow. And that meeting, the president said unity. He calls for unity within Lofa. And all of those, you saw the people, all of them were happy. Lofians were happy seeing the president who Thomas Fowler had gone against. Happy. All laughing, shaking hands, talking secrets. When was the last time Tifa called the president? When President Bwaga was in opposition? When was the last time Tifa called him Keke father? When? Citizens were disenchanted. They were angry that Tifa had to attend that ceremony. They kept Tifa in their heart. They held him like this. They said, this man is, he's not proceeding well. He does not mean well for this party. He does not mean well. Having Whistle, all the other guys, the youth league, especially the youth league, they were very, very angry. You could see the expression on their faces. And then when Tifa went, and he inducted and raised the hand of Richard Kuhn, Speaker Kuhn, now the anger grew. They said, no, but then this man, we can't trust him anymore. He has betrayed us. They felt betrayed, and that we should let him go. Without due process, he was relieved. He was expelled from the party, not suspended. Tifa wasn't suspended. Tifa was expelled from the party, from the CDC, the great CDC. Now, Tifa has joined forces with the president. He's laughing with the president. You saw Tifa in a photograph of the president shaking hands. Tifa is now laughing with the president. According to Tifa, it is in the favor of Lofa. He's doing this to unite Lofians, to bring Lofa together. But is Jefferson Koji happy with this? The Secretary General of the CDC, are citizens happy? Augusta Jangako, are they happy? Eugene Nambe, are they happy? Avin Wisse, Emmanuel Momba Johnson, those guys, the boys from Lofa, are they happy seeing these things? I'm telling you, the CDC will have to be careful, because Tifa said, we can't talk everything here. I will come to your house. Pape, I'm coming to your house. We got plenty of things to talk about. CDC. Oh, yes. All of you know that CDC, it was Tifa that made CDC. I mean, it was the CDC that made Tifa today. Tifa was a playing seller. He was in a playing field. Today, oh, yes, he has become somebody. It is because of the CDC. Because in 2005, George Weah was just raising hands. He goes to this place and raises your hand. 2005, anybody George Weah, raises your hand up, you go. You go. By the time he raises your hand on the days, then you are somebody now. He did that in 2005. 2011. It was 2017 now when George Weah started to say, no, I can't raise people's hands again. Let me be careful. George Weah made many people. The lawmakers today, most of the officials of the CDC who became representative, it was because of George Weah's popularity. So when these people are leaving the party, when they are no more in the party, you see them, and I'm telling you, When no more there, expect information to be. So up until now, the question still remains: who leaked out those information within the CDC? People pointed fingers. Fingers are being pointed, or they were being pointed at Sir Joseph. Sir Joseph was accused. The fingers, he was the one who allegedly leaked out those information and sent out those screenshots. Yeah. Because seeing the conversation, when those screenshots were leaked out, you saw Sir Joseph was expressing, they were not happy. They were not happy with Sir Joseph. They said, "May you and do they want." The CDC will have to be careful. The CDC will have to be careful. You might take 6 years to be a long year. No. You have to be careful. So T5 now is now dancing with the president. T5 is, the deputy speaker is comfortable with the president. Oh yes, because Lofa now has reunited. Lofa has reconciled. It has been reconciled. The presence of the president in Lofa, that meeting, that particular meeting, it was not about what happened, what ain't happened. It was about bringing the people of Lofa together. And that's why all along, Tifa said, yeah, when he spoke, he said he was not invited by Francis Yumale at the induction ceremony, but he went there because Francis is his big brother. The minister is his big brother. Not biologically, but he's his big brother. And so he went there to unite. He went there to unite. Politics is a dirty game. Politics, you don't play with look, politicians. When politicians are going against each other, do not put your head there or your neck. No. Don't get involved. Just watch them. Just watch them. Because by the time they leave that scene, you see them, they're happy, they're laughing together. Who told you even they fight within the legislature and lawmakers, all of them, they can say hello to each other. They can laugh. They can laugh, they whine and dine together. But you, the common people, are the ones that will be going against each other. People die in Lofa in 2023 because of a campaign. Thomas Fala, Francis Yumale, and CDC, Unity Party, people died in Lofa. And today, you see, unity is ongoing in Lofa now. Reconciliation is taking place in Lofa. That is politics. That's how the game is being played. When the time comes, the dirty game will be played. After that, the people go and wash their hands. They wash their hands. After they finish doing everything, they wash their hands. So, everything that will happen in Lofa now is reconciliation that is ongoing. That's the conversation. That's the conversation. So do not overlook this. Don't overlook the people of Lofa. So the president is uniting the people of Lofa. So the deputy speaker, the minister of interior affairs, Senator Sir Joseph, they all were there. And they're talking about bringing Lofa together. They want a one Lofa, not a divided Lofa. Not a divided Lofa. Not a divided Lofa. Not a divided Lofa. So if you will be sitting there, and because I know when I saw the thing, and I was like, everybody, I was reading some comments and what have you. People say, wow, politics. Antifa, Thomas Fala betrayed the CDC. Thomas Fala this. President Baka, thank you for uniting the people. This is unity. One Lofa, Lofa today, Lofa tomorrow, Lofa forever. And you know, and all of those things. Oh yeah. And the people laughed, and they laughed, and they laughed. Politics is a very, very dirty game. Who ever thought that Thomas Fala, Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala, who has sat with the president today, with Fraser Humanly today, after all of the things that went on, to go and sit over there and talk? You think a CDC had won the election? Thomas Fala, who has still gone to Fraser Humanly and President Baka to go and sit and talk? Do you think it would have happened? This is politics. That's how the game is played. You don't know. The game is playing already. And once the Yaga Cobra always says, right? Ball bounce, rule change. When the ball bounces, all of the rules, they change. All of the rules. The ref will say, do this, but by the time the center of poop, forget it. Some of those things will be swept under the carpet. Not all the fouls the referee will blow for. Not all. Even the one that you think is supposed to be red carded, the person is supposed to be red carded. No, the ref will not do it. The referee will not do that. If you think it's supposed to be penalty, the referee will close his eyes. He's the final judge. He said, no foul, no penalty, no goal, no offside. All a goal. The man offside, no. The man score a goal. That's it. Ball bounce, rule change. Hey. But all I can say, I want to look. I'm saying this because Liberia now, we are at a crossroad where you cannot continue to kill yourselves for politicians. This is it. You can't continue to kill yourselves for politicians, because the more you do, you'll be harming yourselves. You'll be doing a great harm to yourselves. Whoever thought that Tifa would have served with President Bouaka? Whoever thought that Tifa, if the CDC had won this 2023 election, do you think President Yumale even would have come? You don't know what would have happened next. With the anger. Seditious are still with the anger, because I saw a post from former representative of District Number 8, Akaras Gray. He posted the photograph of a guy, one of the guy who died in Lofa, the guy who died. He posted the photo of the guy reminding people. Do you know why he posted that photo? Because Tifa already was part of the reconciliation meeting. He posted it. Go on Gray's page. Let me check it and read it. Look, I saw it. I said, that was it. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. This is what he posted. He posted, he said, this is his post. He said 1 year ago, it's 14 hours now. 1 year ago, he was gruesomely murdered in Lofa County. And sadly today, those who killed him and those who he stood for are politically sharing pleasantries and merrymaking. Rest on soldier, and one day the perpetrators will account. That's a post from former Representative Akaras Gray. Now, Abdul Kane commented and said Representative Thomas P. Fala is a generational betrayer. Or in poll letters, generational betrayer. So you see how it is. So this there are the guys within the CDC who are from Lofa, they're still in the CDC. They are not happy. They are not happy with what is going on. They are not happy with Thomas Fala. The decision that Tifa made to go and sit with the president with Fraser Nyumale, they are not happy. They are not happy. Let me tell you. So if the CDC is not careful, look, Tifa has lots of information to give out to the Unity Party. He has lots of information on the CDC to give out to Vice President Jeremiah Kpankun. Let me tell you, you're taking this for you just overlooking it. Don't overlook Thomas Fala and the Vice President. The Deputy Speaker and the Vice President, Lofa, you know Lofa County when it comes to voting, you know Lofa and Nimba. Monserrado is for everybody. Monserrado is not for a particular party. That's for sure. Monserrado is not for a particular party. You notice that always in Monserrado, the opposition will always win. So it's not for a particular party. Everybody can share Monserrado. This going elections, you saw the margin. Everybody can share Monserrado. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. So 2029 is going to be a serious ball game. 2029 will be a very serious ball game that people will say, wow. Well, I have talked. I'm going to leave it out to you now, the public, the listeners. You'll be the judge. What are your thoughts? President Boakai, Thomas Fala. Now, President Boakai has called for unity in Lofa County. Senator Sir Joseph, Deputy Speaker Fala, and all were there. And Tifa has embraced. Tifa and all the officials, the Senator Sir Joseph, they have embraced. So Senator Joseph was there. The senator was in his yellow t-shirt. I mean, like you see that man always he like jeans trouser, always like a technician. He just like the field. Jeans trouser with a t-shirt. They were all in the meeting, and the kissy was spoken. And Tifa said, "Keke, icho huno oche yo, icho huno oche yo, icho no ndimul. Nyenye fe sinaye, icho no ndibu. Anything I know, I can't tell you. 0770 573 477 0770 573 470 477 0881 871 670 0881 871 670 are the numbers you can use this morning to be a part of the conversation here on the Kear Morning Show on Kear Radio 95.9 with me, Jefferson Weir. And it is the weekend edition. So it is now. Let's interact. For those of you listening to me, let's interact now on the show. The numbers are 0770 537 573 477 0770 573 477. Let's hear you this morning on the show. And of course, what are your thoughts this morning? With all that I've said here, let's go to the line. Take this first person. Good morning.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Your name, where you call from?
I'm Moses from Jamaica.
Let's hear you, Moses.
Thank you for taking the discussion, my brother. You are very happy that you come up with everything because you're making a lot of sense.
Thank you so much. This person. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah, Jefferson. Good morning. This is Brown Johnson here.
Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, I think you made a lot of sense this morning. Sometimes when you talk to, not politicians, but when you talk to political parties, tell you about political parties, especially in the kind of complex society we are, the war and the deep divided political line, it's not good to put one party leadership in one county. When you do that and our county is successful, they will take advice on the party. That's why it's happening to CDC. You can remember when President Weir was on a tour abroad, and they were meeting here, and CDC elected the leadership headed by Mobile Molu and other people.
Yeah.
And just we are not happy, but when he came, we find it very difficult to get there and dismantle that meeting because 80% of the on Lofa.
Yeah.
And he needed. And because people talk to me, let's keep it quiet. But you in politics, when you keep a lot of things quiet, it can explode your head and
it can affect you.
It look like running something.
Oh yeah.
But what I said something before you were elected. You know, at that time he was vice president. He said, I told President Sally, I said, these boys, then what behind of President we can do something to take them from behind President Weah.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to that post, you will see it there. And he said we squandered. Then later on he said that Madam Sadi because I told her ever since. She didn't listen to me. And the way it happened, my man, blood is thicker than water.
Of course.
So remember this to be to want to be president Harry Bolivar for the group, even now or Clary Bolivar. So now their grandpa become president. We will not support.
Oh, once you're from Lofa, you have to.
Even with the political differences. So sometimes we not have to bring those people on the street. No, so I just tell the story between he and Joe we are today. And he on the right side of President Buhari.
Oh yeah, even though he had not been suspended to or expelled, but he was there.
Yeah, even though he had not been suspended, he leaking executive charge to other people.
That was an allegation, though.
And then it will teach a common lesson to the CDC alone.
Thank you.
Before I got the last, you know the reason why MDR were holding together? MDR were holding together, majority of the leadership came from Nimba, and they already vowed that it's a Nimba-based party. Okay. So nobody can turn to the issue. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I'm Dave, and I'm phone from Kear district.
Welcome, Dave.
Good morning, well, the season, thank you for the topic on discussion. Jeff, I appreciate your analysis towards the topic on discussion, but there's just few things I'd like to highlight to the opposition Congress for Democratic Change.
Okay.
You see, like I usually say, when I was on your station the last time you hosted me, Jeff, I said these statements, and I continue to tell the opposition that, CDC, it is very early. When you go to an electoral process and you are defeated, you should take some reflection back into your own. Get some things that you made within. You saw Congress for Democratic Change. You say election, coming back to the surface without giving no strategy or going back. And these are things that you always want. Like you have already explored again. Like you have rightly put it, Falah. Do you know the numbers that they obtained in the FUYA and the FAR, and overall? It was due to the instrument put in place by the legs of the deputy speaker. We talk about people like Sir Joseph returning back to the soil, getting those remotes for CDC. Today, all of a sudden, I don't know who really advanced the opposition Congress for Democratic Change to immediately go. You are not even going into 2 years of this opposition, and you have expelled
a major force.
Just when I was going through that, when you was analyzing the analysis, I was going through the statistics and neck in Lofa. The numbers, and it was only resolved by the workaholic of Falah.
Oh yeah.
They are doing extremely well in that district, and in fact, the people on the overall. Now you have expelled this man. What do you expect? Do you think that the numbers, because I'll do my own comparison, the numbers they obtained 2017 compared to 2022, it was far. Being that this man his whole sword to ensure that
let's wrap up there. Got a lot of people.
Yeah, okay, very quickly. And just let me say this, we have a lot of intelligence. there will be more of this coming for CDC. And then the reason why we decided to tell our friends, in the month of now, in this after week, I mean, there are more of these things that you see in the coming years.
Okay.
You will see success. So I just want to say thank you very much for your analysis.
Okay.
And I hope Big Brother will interface very soon.
Very soon.
Of the new year.
Okay. Thank you so much. This person, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Jefferson.
Good morning. Your name and where you call from?
So I'm Jeremiah Williams, call from right back of your station, Kear and Johnson Road.
Mr. Williams, welcome.
Okay, commonly known as Ready. Jefferson, let's put things into practice. A woman will want you, and she doing all kind of things to get you disgrace. What will you do? You allow her to go. Thomas Fowler, he have been premeditated long time that he wanted to leave. He wanted to be with a king's man. So why should CDC continue to keep Thomas Fowler to get a disgrace? Thomas Fowler left when that happened to Lofa. Why the seditions were killed and sedition had problems. They were vexed enough to tell the people that why are they is not good for our people. Thomas Fowler unknowingly to the party, he left and stood by the same man who really masterminded those things. I say he went for inauguration without the consent of the party. If that's the disgrace, always citizens should take. Yes, Father, go. Look, the people that can decide vote are the common people. They will decide the vote. Well, besides that, they need to work for the people to be convened, not because they are kissy and the people not getting anything from you. They will go to vote for them or anything. We are not citizens not talking about 2029 votes. They want to clean their pitch that dirty. That's what they want to clean. So what I want to tell you here is, my brother Jefferson, we must have those kind of confidence in ourselves as a party, one big national party. We will not be on somebody because of vote. Do what we need to do. When this go 2029, they don't fine. It means that they are the people, the liberal people going over CDC. But that should not be the cause that we always getting the respect from Thomas Fowler. There are a lot of people who love CDC. And CDC we want to make CDC as an institution. We don't want to be even the president, the former president himself. If he does the same, we will get him out.
Thank you.
That should not be who go or who not go. Thank you.
Thank you, the realist. 077. Let's go and take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Jefferson.
Good morning. Can you know where you call from?
The new unit Ahmed has an active training from district number 7 in district.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, Jefferson, first, let me say thank you for the time of brilliant conversation this morning. Jefferson, one thing you want to say is that as a political icon, everyone has their own mind to convince anybody at any time. We think they come with develop country like Liberia. Yeah. Now, the issue of teacher leading CDC going over to the this thing because that is real. It said the book citizens are thinking that at this moment teachers are going to make nothing to them. For money, teachers there are other people that are going to be going to convince and follow, and this we are going to convince the other person to say something negative about this CDC. Somebody will say to me, yes, they have more time, have ample time to fixing the situation to get the replacement for teachers between 9 to 20 or 29. Yes, I will agree with you, but it will be of shocking, it will be of fault on the CDC. So, in order to have this cool or good night, I want to take this fourth edition. Forget what different, put your mind to work, thinking new mechanism, let the needs on your part and see how they will recover and get the full part to take numbers. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's go to this line and take Seku Fofana. Seku, good morning. Seku? Yeah, good morning, Seku. Okay, let's hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, Seku, you live. I don't know. I'm not getting you, Seku. So I don't know. I'm not getting you. Hope you call again. Let me see. Yeah, Seku, go ahead.
Hello, Jeff. You get me now?
Yeah, you're live now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your connection. So good for one into community.
Okay.
Oh, Jeff, you know, the reconciliation meeting held yesterday by the president and the TIFA with the others, it welcomed me.
Of course, I know that. Which is?
Yeah, it welcomed me because, you know, in the fact that they turned it to the TV, the president lives on radio media, Allah can say the men will not be selective in a reconciliation. No, that's selective. But anything you got to begin, you got to stand for your horse first. You know, 2020 election, the fact that they were heavily divided.
Oh, yeah.
It will even die for it. So to tell with the youth to tell politics is very dirty. We not care also for the people. Anybody can cross any tongue. So when we do know, be very careful. The people who do know for the friendly. We know that the top of our government sit down today with the president.
That's the question.
We know that.
Whoever knew that Spencer Yumale will go sit down and Tifa be talking, then they laughing.
Yeah, they laughing. You go someone who you saw there. The president said that, the Tifa said that. Then you see the VAP president. So that one okay with the youth, the sense of reasoning. And for United Party, you for CDC, we both say that we will lecture. That was not the enemy.
So the American politics, the people in America, you saw the post campaign, right? They were not killing each other, they were not causing each other.
Yeah, but we take it so pressing us. We the follow out, like we the one get problem. Because that people want to go appear to radio show, the others say they're not even talking.
Mm-hmm.
The night talking say that what who know you just go back and me share him with president where to photo. What you saw there after the council to tell you say point out that this is clear lesson to you the youth. To tell them when we doing politics, we must be very careful. We have to so pressing us. If we see this here for United Party, we are very essential. We go, you will do everything. We get political differences, but that does not mean we be enemy. This is a clear warning to us. But let me tell you, Jeff, you know CDC. Who need CDC and Tomofa? Which who need who here first? At this time, that Tomofa need CDC or CDC need Tomofa. It is Tomofa need CDC to win local country. The mono CDC Tomofa they he follow in the CDC. Anywhere you go, there where that go going.
Yeah.
So nobody must say Tomofa needed to go because the men don't want to build. That one that pure lies.
No.
That one that pure lies to say the men wanted to lead the CDC. After the men go destroy our country, local country for because of CDC. That today now you are even and Tomofa say was still 1 year in out because the men they be here in the thing that remove the speaker boy in the party. So he will not be a scapegoat. He will reveal the name.
Oh yeah, the man said it. The man said he will reveal names.
And when you reveal the name, it will be shocking to all to
people.
The CDC. So you're coming that today now. Tomofa not need you people now. You don't need the men more than the men need you people.
Thomas Fala is a very big blow to the CDC. He's giving a big blow.
So Jeff, I said about I eat dope comedy. You know they dope that CDC will. Most of the people that support the CDC, they even in trouble of A. They say CDC do great mistake, big mistake by exposing Tomofa. And that may go to United Party. Trust me, that may go to.
But the man already sitting with the president. He saw the push. The man say, Papa, I coming to the hall. We got plenty to talk.
And somebody talking about say we label the man as a rule. So he calls my mouth today. He calls my mouth to the president. Tomorrow after tomorrow we say that we eat. So that does not mean nothing to say we say the men that rule. So let the men can we accept the men we eat power. But I can tell you by United Party that 12-year party now says yes. That 12-year party and CDC, I will tell you that to the jail. I told you I said before 2029 CDC will be dismantled. Will dismantle CDC before 2029.
The CDC will have to be careful.
No, you know, the post-election trauma for 2020 is still carrying the people up to that they don't count to themselves. They breed that destroy the rooster. It can't for beer. It can't come for info. They say that Tomofa that be Tomofa second for CDC. Now even for more than any other person in the CDC. I challenge anybody. The certain part of what I've done in the city, nobody. Not even George Weah, not even Akagwe or
Thomas Fowler did well for the CDC. That's a fact.
Well, then you're coming, what they call them, you're coming as well because the George Weah was here. George Weah told the message saying they will remove the speaker, so now it can't to probably anything that George Weah. Nobody did that more besides George Weah. So let me lead it down for the Arab. Thank you for following the time.
Thank you so much, Sekou Fofana. Regular call up there. 0770 573 477 0770 573 477 0881 871 670 0881 871 670. Are the numbers you can use this morning to be a part of the conversation here. This is the Kear Morning Show, folks. Thomas Fowler, President Bwaga, has called for reconciliation. He has called for unity amongst Lofians. Let's go to the line and take this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name, where you call from?
Good morning to Excellence Bwaga.
Let's hear you.
So let me appreciate the president for starting a 1,000 mile march to reconcile the country again how to start from his house. This is the reason why we started the first country. So we want to urge all of them, who our differences in us, to go back to the country, to reconcile, to understand that we have a culture, we have one family, we have one country, and we have one country. I mean, the involvement of Thomas Fowler in maybe allegedly maybe party activities, people say he's trying to come forward to the party. Look, like he said, it's a big deal to the CDC. And it will be a game for the Unity Party. They are not taking anything away from Thomas Fowler as individual because he needed a CDC most 2005, 2011, 2017, and 2023. Now, the CDC needs to move. It doesn't need anything for CDC now. For all indications, it doesn't need anything for CDC. So, to explain for the party, I think it was made by the CDC. And some of the people who made that decision, they did not mean everybody understand or satisfaction. This is the reason why we always say the senator or the owner of CDC, he claims to be a former president. He's supposed to be a one-time senator or one-time ambassador, but he is a dictator in reality. This is a man who he has had chat. We had this agreement with the man, and then there was differences. We saw that was our different life. But we always dictate to people who are for the party in half the thing. We were in 2005, we did not lose in local council. 2011, it did not happen. 2023, it did not happen. But when someone for us getting the council policy, we saw the children at the end of CDP. And you saw how we were portrayed and how our number of honor man the CDP someone for us. So to employ for the party is a good mistake they have made. We have to take a difficult reflection. Unlike us, we have very special manner, for example, we call the party, our Secretary General now, and a former party chairman, women team. They were in a CDC government. We saw when they were intimidated, they were harassed, they were pressured to resign and remain the party. So this is the color we have. This is the challenge that we have at the party. We all corrupted. We all want to be content. But you see the people, they want to do it because they had our own certain things. They want to gain for their party and at the end they want to be to the bottom. And all I say to them, I mean, some of us, he has done something for them, he has done something for the party. We want to start to lead the party, we want to do the NPR. If it's delivered division, we guys will listen well, and we guys will do well on the state. So let's go over the state.
Thank you so much. 0770 573 477 0770 573 477. We take a few more calls and then we call it a day here on the Kear Morning Show. Today is Friday, December 27, 2024. President Bwaga calls for unity amongst the Lofians in the county. And of course, in our meeting, T5 was there talking. He said lots of things. Senator Sir Joseph was there also. Francis Yumali, Minister of Internal Affairs, was also there. We'll take this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you call from?
My name is Coco Dover, and I call from the township of Dixville.
Welcome, Mr. Dover.
Yeah, thank you for the show this morning. Reconciliation is very essential in this country. When the president come on and say, "Oh, the Lufia should recognize, they should come on to understand one another," they should look at him as an important thing. You know, the only time you can carry on development is when the both people are together. So I auction the Lufia to understand the president from that standpoint.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So, folks, that's it there. But like I said from the beginning, and I'm saying this, the CDC will have to be very careful. The CDC will have to be very careful before 2029. Because there are lots of things that will happen from now to 2029. In this space, 2025 to 2029, too many things will happen. And I'm seeing too many information, too many important information secrets about the CDC coming out. I'm seeing too many information that will be leaked to the public. Now, so people will wonder about who, or maybe seditions, or people who will just join the party with people who are those leaking out information. How are the people getting it? You have to be very careful. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you call from?
My name is Lawrence Brown. I call from the Factory Belt.
Welcome, Lawrence.
Thank you so much for the show. You see, to be good here, the CDC is going to regret this decision that they have ever taken against Thomas Falan. Reason being is that where Thomas Falan has gone in local country, Thomas Falan can win election in local 100 times without the support of the CDC. That's what I feel to know. Any day, any time, Thomas Falan can win any district in local without the support of any sedition. He can win local because local is his home. The one he has done in local, people are willing to vote him 100 times with all CDC support. In fact, if they are not there, Thomas Falan, CDC are not going to get up to 20% of that vote in local country.
Oh, yeah.
But because of the support of Thomas Falan to the CDC, this is why he saw CDC won some representative district in our county. But from 2005, CDC has never won any district in local country. But what the support of Thomas Falan got CDC to win 3 districts, and he even supported the senatorial election of Senator Jana. It was because of Thomas Falan.
Oh, yeah, yes, I can remember that.
Today, yeah, that Senator Jana today is senator in local country. So if they ever took such decision against Thomas Falan, I think they have made the greatest mistake, and this mistake that they have made is going to haunt them in 2029. And don't also forget, Sajida is going to go. Sajida is definitely going to go. And when Sajida goes, there are more people also who are going to follow. So thank you for the show this morning, and God bless you, and God bless our brother.
Amen. Thank you so much, folks. Well, we got to go. Indeed, we have to go. But before I leave, let me say this again. Seditions, the CDC, the Congress for Democratic Change, will have to be careful. The Congress for Democratic Change will have to be careful. Because even the members of the coalition, the MPP and the NDPL, that were all part of the CDC, who conspired against Speaker Kofa, they are no more part of the coalition. They are no more part of the Congress. Those seditions, sedition are all supporting the removal of the Speaker. Those people came from MPP and the NDPL. So CDC will have to put her house in order in 2029. It's a big blow, the leaving of Tifa. With what I saw yesterday and what I listened to, the language that I listened to, the tone that Tifa spoke. Nobody knows. Now that Tifa has said, he did not say all the things over there that night, but he said he was going to the president's house. He said, I will come to the house. Anything that I know, I will come and tell you. Let me tell you, some of you don't understand the Kisi, but ask the Kisi people. Go and second mansion and get that clip, call a Kisi man or Kisi woman, and let Tifa speak, and you listen. Let them interpret it, and you understand the tune of Tifa. I got to go. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks to all of you who placed your calls this morning. It was a wonderful conversation. Thanks to all of those who watched also. The silent listener, silent listeners, yes, they just listen, but they don't call. Thank you too. It is because of you I am here. And so I always make it my duty. Don't always forget to listen to us. The little that we know, we bring it to you. We are not an expert in these things, but we are contributing our little quota to this. My name has been Jefferson Perry Weir. On Monday, hopefully, I'll have the president of the National Muslims Association, Student Association, the National Muslim Student Association of Liberia. They will be here on Monday. The president, Ibrahim M. Dolly, will be here, and we'll talk some serious issues. But until then, have yourselves a blessed weekend. Stay out of trouble, and let's all meet again on Monday. Bye-bye.